Bene, Londinium Mithraeum Vederant, which is to say, right, today I've come to the Mithraeum, or Temple of Mithras, in London.
Merry Mythmas to you. The 25th of December was originally the chief festival of Mithras, a Roman god of originally Eastern, possibly Iranian origin, and it is one of the reasons that Christmas is on the date that it is, as it coincides with Saturnalia and the Mithras festival, which are two of the largest rivals to early Christianity, and thus it makes sense that Christmas would be put in between these two festivals. Saturnalia would have been on the 21st of December, the Festival of Mithras would have been on the 25th of December, and that is also in the Roman calendar, the Julian calendar, so the dates don't line up perfectly with our modern Gregorian calendar. I hope you don't mind that I'm putting this dialogue over some photographs of the London Mithraeum. Unfortunately, filming is not allowed inside because it's got some copyrighted music playing in the background, and so I'm forced to just rely on photographs. To be honest though, it is really too dark down there to film. It is in a very appropriate ambient mood lighting, which with a film camera is difficult to get to pick up. So the cult of Mithras came probably from Iran. It's certainly Eastern Mediterranean. And the religion was a mystery cult. Mystery cults were very popular in ancient Rome. People would be invited into the secret mysteries of this particular faith, much as people join things like messianic orders today. There were lots of mystery cults of that kind, and there was even a branch of Christianity at the time which followed the mystery cult pattern. Because it was a mystery cult, there isn't actually a lot that we know about Mithraism. A lot of the liturgies and spiritual texts were lost, and we have to pull it back together from scant references and the remnants they left behind, such as various relief carvings of Mithras himself. Generally, it's believed that Mithras was born from a stone, met the god Saturn, or Helios, or a god of the sun. It depended what you decided to call him, depending on where you were in the Roman Empire. There is a very important festival of the slaying of a bull, and in general, Mithras was considered to be in control of the universe. He was a supreme god. Now, a lot of this, to Victorians who were piecing together Mithras and his religion, felt that it sounded very similar to early Christianity, when Christianity was illegal in the Roman Empire, that people met with secret signs and had to have hidden services and had a great difficulty in being open about their faith. And so it was quite vogue for a long time to suggest that if the Roman Empire hadn't become Christian, it would probably have become Mithraic, and there are numerous alternate universe fictions where the Roman Empire never died, and they worship Mithras in almost exactly the same way as Christ is worshipped by the majority of Europeans. But that doesn't actually seem to hold up. Christianity, while it did have some elements of a mystery cult to it, they wanted to come out of the shadows, whereas it seems that the Mithraic religion was quite secretive, as many mystery cults were. They enjoyed their mysteries. One of the words for being within the cult of Mithras is a word that means linked by a handshake, as in they both knew the secret tell to identify each other. And that seemed to be something they were quite keen on, because Mithraism was not, at least not heavily persecuted. In general, you weren't supposed to worship gods that were not part of the state religion, but the Roman Empire largely tolerated polytheistic religion, of which Mithras would have been one. So there's no particular reason that Mithras couldn't have come out of the shadows at any time, but they didn't. So you will, if you read certain older books, read a lot of text about how Mithras and Mithraism is similar to Christ and Christianity, but it is quite surface level. The deeper you go, the more the disparity grows, and it seems quite unlikely that they would have converged, as some people suggest. The London Mithraeum itself is a wonderful example of a Mithraeum. It's quite well restored. It's got an interesting story behind it. It was discovered after a bomb landed, and when they were doing the rebuilding work, they discovered this Roman temple underneath. And there had been thoughts that there was a London Mithraeum in the area, because they'd found various heads of Mithras and lots of things that looked like they should belong in a Mithraeum, but the site wasn't known. And so finding it was quite exciting. Unfortunately, that area was due to be redeveloped, so they decided to move the London Mithraeum about 100 yards away and bring it up to surface level. And then in 2010, the Bloomberg Group decided, when they took over the site of the original London Mithraeum, they would move it back underground and, to be honest, do a slightly better job of restoring it than the original group did, with more contemporary Roman techniques. And working with experts to put it back exactly as it was found, exactly the same place. And they've done, I think, quite a good job with it. And the way it's displayed with the appropriate music, the appropriate lighting, and careful application of lights to give hints at where the walls would have been. I think it all works quite well. And considering that it is a free exhibition, all you have to do is say that you would like to come and book a time. You don't have to pay or anything. I think they've done a very good job with it. Unfortunately, there are not many artifacts in the space itself. Over 1,500 artifacts were found on the site, and some of them are in remarkably good condition, but the majority of them went to either the British Museum or the Museum of London. So if you want to see the artifacts, such as the original head of Mithras or the relief of Mithras slaying a bull, you have to go to the London Museum, which is perfectly fine to do if you want to. Again, it's another free exhibition. It's just sad that they're not all in the same place. And I really enjoyed this one, and I thought, as many people have suggested, that Mithras is a rival to early Christianity, that this would make a perfect Christmas episode. And I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas, or any holiday that you have at this time. And if you don't celebrate anything at all, then just have a happy day, because everyone deserves to have a happy day. And I look forward to seeing more of you in the new year.